All right. Welcome to the first episode of This Week in Digital Marketing. I'm your host, Jacky Chou, and co-hosting today is fellow marketer and my online friend, James Lacey. I wanted to start this podcast. Because we've had some pretty solid feedback from readers of the marketing newsletter that I've been sending out every week, which I'm guessing, the link will be in the description. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about it live with someone. And James and I had a podcast, or he interviewed me on a podcast in the past, and thought, it was fun. So James, why don't you give a quick introduction about yourself, where you're from, where are you based now, and what are you working on?
Yeah, for sure. I actually just signed up to your newsletter yesterday as well. So
yeah, cool.
now I've got an insight into what it is, but I'm James Lacey, now co-hosting this with you from New Zealand, now living in Austin, Texas, and working on my own things online in the area of, I guess you could say, health, fitness, strength conditioning, geared towards combat sports, and then another one geared towards more strength sports, general fitness. And that's kind of like my bread and butter right now, merging the career, degree, all that kind of stuff into online marketing.
Yeah, cool. And I'm Jacky Chou. I was born in Taiwan, grew up in Canada. I am back in Taiwan now, visiting family, trying to do that remote work stuff. And I'm working on various things, such as the agency, Indexsy, also using it as a holding company for various niche sites. Currently in several verticals, such as architecture, home decor, and several tech sites.
And dude, you're fucking killing it too.
I been slapped pretty hard this past year, so let's see how it goes. Shall we jump right into the topics? I think we wanted to cover today. We wanted to cover AI content with SEO, what marketing performance plateau means, current tech layoffs, some more Twitter news with Elon, the NFT space with Reddit, and maybe if we have time, we can talk about the fall of FTX right now in the US. So what do you think of AI content right now? Do you use it yourself? What do you think it will look like in the future?
Yeah, I play around with it. I don't use it. I write all my content from scratch. I just feel like it can be difficult to have to go through and fucking edit everything. Editing is it's a ball buster to edit a lot of stuff. So I don't use it, but in saying that, there's a lot of people that do use it successfully. And obviously people are often saying Google's going after AI content, Google's going after spam, Google's going after this and that, but I get a lot of my information from, especially the guys at SEO Fight Club and the testing and stuff and analysis they do. And just from what they've seen, it doesn't look like Google's identifying any of that stuff well at all. And obviously people who post the screenshots from Href and stuff onto Twitter all the time can show you AI sites or spam sites killing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually funny. I think the AI sites that are identified on Twitter are immediately destroyed. But if you're doing it on the down low, if you're not doing huge numbers yet, you probably won't be found. And I guess you'll be fine. I personally have used AI. I use it for content creation, as well as I have a couple pure AI automated sites right now that do like people also asked content.
Yeah.
And that's sort of killing it right now. It's pretty surprising. And it's astounding because I think we're in a space where creating content, hiring writers gets very pricey at scale.
Yeah.
So AI kind of enables us to be able to test certain keywords at a crazy scale that we didn't know it was possible. So right now I'm using a service that a custom built service that does people also ask content. It automatically posts for onto WordPress as well. And I'm able to post out like thousands of blog posts a day and just try to index them through indexing services and seeing some crazy success. I think I have one site that's at, I think it was 1,500 views a day right now.
Damn. Can I guess what the service you're using is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it Citrify? Is that how you say it? Is it that one?
No, it's not. It's not. It's,
okay.
Yeah, I think it's a lesser well-known one. I think I'm going to gatekeep this because I don't want everyone to find out.
Yeah.
Unless this person decides to sponsor us, then we can talk about it, you know?
For sure. Are you doing any buyer intent content with the AI?
Buyer intent content? No, it's not great right now. So our current process with AI content is post bulk. If rank, then you rewrite it with a human writer and then optimize it.
Gotcha.
And so one thing I've noticed with AI content, what you can do is build a topical authority very quickly. I don't know if have you dove into the topic at all, like of topical authority?
Yeah,
for example,
within the podcast for sure.
Yeah, so I think it's super easy to do. So let me give an example. It would be if you write 1,000 blog posts on how to cut XYZ, like 1,000 of them, and then you try to rank best chef's knives for cutting or something like that.
Yeah,
it would be much easier to rank than if you just start from scratch. If we have a full affiliate site full of best XYZ knives, that wouldn't work anymore. But yeah, I think this is an interesting topic that it's widely discussed on Twitter, but not really covered well, I believe, on other marketing outlets. They kind of just say, yeah, Google's going to catch up, we hope. But so far it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So performance plateau. I actually saw this article. I'm not sure this is so much an issue for niche site builders. It's more
is this related to PPC?
Similar. So it's more like it would be more applicable to D2C, really large D2C brands or really large consumer brands. For example, I think in the article, Airbnb mentioned that they're having a performance plateau because if you run paid ads, direct response ads for too long, eventually people will stop converting.
Yeah.
And what you need to do is they talk about needing to run branding campaigns. So that's why an example would be Coca-Cola. Why do they keep doing these like super expensive product placements in movies on Netflix? It's so you can get the reach out. You can get the brand reach out there because at a certain point you reach saturation. You'll reach everyone who's on Facebook and Instagram, but you want to reach those people who aren't on there as often. Have you ever tried running branding campaigns in the past with your niche businesses?
I haven't run branding campaigns, but I am getting further and further into branding now that I've got my own physical products partnered with another company. So essentially I have hands off everything. I see the traffic, sales, all that. They handle everything there is to do with shipping out, and it's all my logo, all my branding on that gear. And that's kind of like now starting to work that branding side as well and kind of partnering with that company. So slowly but surely.
Okay, yeah, cool. I think another popular topic right now is it was like the creator-led companies. So, for example, it would be a huge example would be Mr. Beast Burgers. So it would be the playbook would be grow your audience, and eventually you can launch products at ease because your audience is so big. This is an interesting topic right now because if you build a brand around your own identity, people tend to be a lot more loyal with like your customers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is something we're struggling with actually.
Too. Same thing with affiliates too. If you rank your best pages and you can partner with someone or create whatever that product is and have that as number one, which is kind of what I'm about to do, then that's just an easy way to improve your brand presence just there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think we'll see a pretty seismic shift in the next couple of years in
Yeah,
this space, but excited to see what happens.
for sure.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you saw, but Facebook just announced that they're laying off 11,000 people, or Meta is laying off 11,000 people. I think it was Twitter with 50%, Stripe at like 1,000 layoffs, and Stripe is one of those, the Silicon Valley, uh, like angel, one of the most highly valued startups, private companies in the world right now, and it's pretty interesting to periodically check layoffs.fyi. I'm not sure if you've ever been on that site.
No, I just went on it just before when you showed me.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Damn, man. But I can't believe like Stripe has to lay off employees. I mean, think about every single online business uses Stripe, and they
Yeah,
take that 2% every time. So, man, that must be billions.
yeah, for sure. I think, but their valuation is still at something insane. It was like 40 or 50x annual revenue, which is absurd. But this is a software business. It makes sense. But also, I had to explain this to my girlfriend yesterday. Why does Facebook need to lay off so many people? And how I explained it to her was, if so, during COVID, you see a huge uptick in online shopping, social media use. Everyone's online during COVID, but so they run projections based off of those usages and consumerism. And after COVID, you see a huge drop. It is not something they were anticipating. So Amazon, Facebook, Stripe, they all have to run their projections again, and I'm sure it looks like shit. So they're like, okay, so it's either we lay them off now, or we're gonna go broke in
Yeah.
based off of projections in like 2 years. It's pretty scary times actually. You really feel it in the consumer markets right now. I'm not sure if you're on Mediavine, right?
I don't even use display ads.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
affiliate
so like
digital products.
yeah. So it's a pretty big indicator because I think last year display ads RPMs are much higher than it is now. So what does that mean? It probably pretty much means that advertisers, so companies, are seeing less money coming in, so they have less money to spend on advertising. So your display ads payments are going down. It's a huge third order effect, and I'm not sure if you're seeing it in Austin, but there's like a huge slowdown in consumerism. It's pretty alarming.
Yeah, it goes to show like people often say, having a contract or a W-2 job, that's the safest thing to do. But then you realize, man, like layoffs, they can happen anytime. And being self-employed, again, to me is safer. But then again, if you're just relying on one thing like display ads, then it becomes a risk factor. So diversify, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I think especially in the niche side community, diversification is non-existent.
Yeah, for sure. Amazon and Zuck.
Yeah, shout out to Zoic. Their Twitter team is definitely hounding people. So what do you think of Twitter right now? What are your thoughts? You use it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure you browse quite a bit. You're seeing what Elon's changing. Everyone's verified now.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people get verified today.
Yeah, I mean, I guess most people can agree that the previous state of Twitter, it was not in a good place. Let's be honest, because if you check the stock price, I think it's traded sideways for about 5 to 10 years. How do you feel about Twitter now that Elon's taken over? Would you, if they're still a public company, would you invest in them? And what do you think of their new verification system?
New verification systems, interesting that anyone can pay to get it. I wonder if that's going to increase spam at all, because anyone can get a check mark now. So you might probably have a lot of impersonators and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know if much like, I don't know if much will change anyway. Like with these massive companies, you don't like. To me, I don't think the change in leadership at least will make any drastic changes in the next however long. It will be something gradual that will roll out. Would I invest in Twitter? I don't know. Not a hardcore Tesla Elon maxi. I do enjoy his random takes on Twitter though, just every now and then his trolling of everyone on there. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I invest. I mean, I don't even have any other investments outside of the businesses right now anyway. So yeah, I'm not too sure.
What about you? You're not invested in the stock market?
No, not at the moment. Eventually I will, to diversify a bit, but right now it's just all growth.
That's definitely very risky as well. I still have to diversify a bit more, but I'm pretty happy with where I'm at in terms of diversification. Yeah.
Would you invest in Twitter?
Would I? Yes. Right now, as of now, yes, 100%. I think Elon. So we talked about Meta laying off 11,000 people. I would say, and everyone hates the Zuck. Everyone makes fun of Mark Zuckerberg. Everyone makes fun of Elon, but I think Elon is probably the number one executor and like operator in the world right now for like a tech company. And not far under him is Mark Zuckerberg. I think it's not really talked about, but for him to keep Meta relevant for all these years with so many social networks popping up every day, and being able to defend, buy, copy his way into relevancy is something like not many people give him enough credit for. It's savage that he just straight up copies, Snapchat, destroyed them, but it's just how it is. And
you don't think Zuck is with Meta is going to almost transition from a social media platform into something bigger with the VR stuff and all that metaverse shit?
Yeah, I think that's his huge Hail Mary. I've never used the Oculus, so I don't know. But I think I wouldn't bet against Zuck right now, but I'm not betting for him. Because I think at this point in my life, I'd rather be late than wrong. Because if I place a bet on Facebook and for some reason VR is not the future, then okay, fucking clap, chuck money like in the toilet, Yeah, but it's interesting to see how this plays out. They're losing 100%. They're losing relevancy. I think kids are not even using Instagram. I think there was a poll I saw.
Adults now, right?
Yeah, boomers are on Facebook. Bro, like who's posting on Facebook? I think my mom posts on Facebook. Instagram is like, I guess people my age. So it would be like the millennials. And then we got the Gen Z. I think it was 35% of Gen Z kids have TikTok. Yeah, and then shortly after it's Snapchat. And then it's Instagram. So if anything, I'm more bullish on Snapchat now. TikTok, we're still trying to figure it out. It's tough. So I actually started the challenge. I'm not sure if you saw on Twitter that
I did.
Posting 2 short form videos a day. And just like using it an hour a day just to try to understand what works and what doesn't. It's very interesting. I'm not sure if you're on it, but
you should I actively avoid it. I started posting short clips for my own podcast on there. And I was like, fuck, I hate this platform so much. I hate opening it. I hate seeing the people on it. I can't stand it. But I tried posting the stuff on it. We got a little bit of traction, but I'd have to be way more consistent to make use of it. But man, I can't stand that app. I can't, like the people.
I think you just have to, use it for an hour. Then the algo understands what you want because it's by showing you like dancing.
It's like
kids
torture.
Right now. Yeah.
Bro, it shows me, I'm in USA and it shows me shit from like China and Japan and stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I went on it on my computer, but that still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
maybe
odd.
I'm being tracked.
Maybe they track your like facial recognition, and you've got like you're like half East Asian, right, or something like
that. Yeah, exactly. That this guy's half Chinese. Let's show him this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I have on the list of topics Reddit NFTs, but it's clear that none of us know what the fuck that is. And yeah. I mean, do you use Reddit? Are you on? Do you have
Yeah,
the
I
Reddit
use
app?
Yep, I use
Yeah,
Reddit,
it's
and yeah, I mean, I saw something about Reddit NFTs the other day, but I read something that Reddit NFTs were doing well.
yeah, exactly.
I don't. That was very vague, but
I
that's
guess
what I
it's
read.
for I guess it's for I think right now what my understanding is like they have this adorable avatar things for in your profile, and that's supposed to be
Yeah,
your online profile, and you're able to buy skins on it, like or upgrades to make you look cool,
yeah.
like fire or like swords and shit. But maybe that's for more for I don't know kids or people like heavy Reddit users would use it, I guess. But I'm
Well,
not that active on
I
Reddit.
put in our notes here that it's for Reddit virgins, the ones that just
Yeah,
like just in there on
yeah,
the
probably.
fairy channels or something and stuff like that. But it's almost like a rendition of the NFT profile pictures, phase
Yeah,
that kind
on
of went
Twitter,
through. But
right?
now it's kind of moved over to Reddit.
Yeah, probably for the Reddit neckbeards and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. But it's interesting because now there's a marketplace. Let's see how they do it. I think the article I read about NFTs is they just implemented it, added a marketplace, but never mentioned the words NFTs or Web3. So they're
Oh
not
well,
using the
okay.
hype names. It's good. I
So
think
what is it?
let's see how it
What
plays out.
blockchain is it built on? Is it all Ethereum?
Fuck, I have no idea. I should know. I'm like into crypto, but
Yeah.
not enough to fucking play with these ugly ass avatars.
Yeah. That's a good segue into the last topic too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if you're following this the fall of FTX. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's everywhere in the news, but I can just give the audience the general gist of it. It's pretty much there was a rumor that was started because with crypto taking a nosedive recently that FTX is insolvent, and what that means is they don't have the liquidity to cover shit on their balance. So, for example, if everyone pulled out their money today, they would be in the negatives and they'd be fucked because they would have to sell certain assets they were holding in their treasury. Um, and around the same time, the CEO of Binance, CZ or CZ as we call it in Canada, uh, uh, announced that they initially had a stake in FTX, and it's now worth a market price of I think it was like 2 to 3 billion, and it was held in both BUSD, which is the USD equivalent on crypto or in crypto for Binance, and FTX's own token FTT, and they were like, okay, so fuck that, we're gonna sell it on the open market. And what that does is it drives the price down like largely because it's done on the open market. It's not done OTC, which means over the counter, and just like behind the scenes. So that has a huge selling pressure, which drives the price down. And this pretty much had a huge domino effect. So even if FTX wasn't insolvent before, now they are because like Binance sold all these FTT tokens, and they pretty much halted withdrawals. I have several friends who actually lost millions on this.
Damn.
Pretty scary. Yeah, pretty fucking scary, man. And I think CZ offered to buy FTX pending due diligence, but obviously the due diligence falls through, and now FTT's in the gutter. It's pretty fucking scary times.
It's so nuts, man. But so explain to maybe the audience as well and to myself. FTX US, from what I've seen and read, is still thriving. How are they two separate companies?
Yeah, it is. So FTX US and Binance US is completely separate entities and companies. So I think it was a law for US exchanges to be able to trade directly to US dollars. Yeah, so I think there's something to do with the regulations within the US. That's why Binance.com is not available in the US because they have way too many regulations. For example, Binance.com has futures, which is like leverage trading, and that is definitely not available in the US. They probably see it as gambling, which it is, but yeah, so this is completely okay. I've seen reports that people using FTX US are fine. They were able to withdraw everything. So that's good. But I think so many people right now have been destroyed by FTX because they're one of the, I don't know if you've seen the podcast on Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of FTX. He's like the wonder child of crypto for the last year. He's like considered a genius. He was a quant trader in the past. He was on the Fortune cover, and everyone was saying he's like the next Elon Musk. But it seems like, yeah, this guy just took a 95% haircut in his net worth from 16 billion to 1 billion. Still rich, but yeah, he's not in a good place right now. It's kind of reminds me of the story of Icarus. I don't know if you know about it. It was the guy who flew too close to the sun, and yeah, it's a sad thing to see. I think it's bad for the crypto market in general. Have you ever dabbled in crypto yourself?
Yep. I've I've got some NFTs. I've got what else? I've got my obviously the other stuff, the MetaMask set up and all that kind of stuff there. And I had to delete a bunch of Discord groups because I had way too many NFT Discords. When you're at the time when NFTs were big too. So yeah, I've got a few different things on there. But it's interesting. Well, I guess the question becomes then, what's the lesson for everyone with these exchanges? Because obviously people lost, as you mentioned, people lost millions on FTX. I saw screenshots of affiliates losing money, all sorts.
Yeah, I think it's the normal saying in crypto. It's not your keys, not your crypto, right? Mm-hmm. Or yeah, something like that. So you pretty much trade on the exchanges and move it off. But I say all the time, but I still have a significant amount of money in Binance. Just hope they never collapse.
Do you trust Binance?
I do trust Binance. Yeah, CZ's my daddy, man. It's yeah, I have a shrine of him every morning because you've seen my affiliate payouts on Binance. I can't love them, man. Binance #1, Binance affiliate code right underneath. Get on that, guys. They're never going broke.
That's good timing after FTX falling. Now you can shill, but you know how many people were also shilling FTX at the time as well. I guess maybe
they have a really
because they have mad program, but
yeah, they have a really generous affiliate program. But yeah, I just hope people didn't put too significant of their money in, and hopefully everything's okay. But yeah, should we close it out?
Yep.
All right, yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked this episode, or if you like seeing more of James and I, share, review this podcast. All of it. Comment, and just let us know. But I say all the time, but I still have a significant amount of money in Binance. Just hope they never collapse.
Do you trust Binance?
I do trust Binance. Yeah, CZ's my daddy, man.